Okay, hello everybody. Right. Okay. Okay. Wait, George is here. Oh. Well, I'm alive on the account, so if George wants to cast, he can come join me. All right. Everybody, tonight we have Demacia versus Bandle City. So, and I logged out of my account, and I have to now log back in to my actual Twitch account. And so we are going to do that. Apparently is this password. I have like 3 different passwords that I use. No? Alright. This is going to be an issue. But yeah, thanks. No problem for casting everybody. Yeah, let me just pull up the... I'm just going to get a web up for us. A window capture of my stuff. Oh gosh. What is this? Oh, I have another Chrome in here. Okay. 1 second. Okay. Let's go. Draft is up. And I can hide the Lee client while we do the draft. All right. Straight off the bat, we have Fizzban, Tryndamere Ban. Zillion, makes sense. Akali against Merrick. Okay. Bandle City is going to go ahead and ban Joboyges Viego after a stellar performance against Targon in Game 2 last week. And the Misfortune Band coming down. Misfortune is it's going to be a high prio pick for Chemtech, probably for everybody in BoozeBash. It's a very good pick. Let's see what Bandle City wants to prio for their B1. They're going to take in prio Jinx. Okay. All right. All right, so we got Briar Cho'Gath. So Briar for Jaboyj. For Jaboyj J Money. And we've got Cho'Gath likely for Kel. A Vi on the side of Bandle City. That Vi could go to Milton. That Vi could go to somebody else. I don't know who's particularly jungling. And that is a Lux. All right, Lux still technically flex. Very likely going bot lane. There's very few instances I've seen of Lux mid being played down in Chemtech, and maybe even also in Hextech. But that's a Corki. Okay, so that's a Corki mid lane. We saw a pretty successful Corki from Buffalo Barrage last week. This is the first time we're going to get to see the full team of Bandles, the full team of Demacia, considering that Kel and Book Egg both had subs last week. Right. Bands coming in. Vex Band. Malphite Band. And that is Swain Band. And let's see what Bandle City's final band will be. I could see something like Jin getting banned. I think Jin is a high prio pick. Looks like they banned the Blitzcrank. That's always a solid ban. You don't want to, especially Jinx Lux, you don't really want to have a Blitzcrank sitting there on the other side, eyeing you up with hooks. Oop. I need to not be showing my password stuff on there. All right. I'm going to drag that over here, figure it out. That is the Ziggs. That is Ziggs mid. And let's see what this final pick top is. There's the Jin, as I was suspecting a little bit that we'd see the Jin come out. It's a very high prio bot laner. And the Aatrox into the Cho'Gath. All right. Aatrox is definitely... That's definitely going to combo. That's going to Chrono combo. That's a very interesting champion. Very powerful. And not seen a ton down here, or I should say in Chemtech, not down here. Seen in the Chemtech division. I don't. This is an interesting draft, rounded out by Thresh. So we got Cho top, Briar, Jungle, Corki mid, Jin, Thresh. For Demacia on the side of Bandle City, we've got we have the Jinx and the Vi. We have Lux, Ziggs, and Aatrox. It's very interesting. Neither comp stands out as having a neither comp really has like a front to back. Oh, okay, we're going straight into draft. All right, we'll just let that go. All right, I'm gonna leave the regular draft up here. I'm not gonna bother with. Oh, somebody messed up draft. Who? What? Oh, it's blind pick. Okay. Well. All right, good news. This is easily fixable. That's what it is. Okay. All right. Here we go with the draft. Oh yeah, it's picking up my typing very well. I can't exactly help it. I just won't be typing. I just won't be typing much during the. I won't type much anymore. I was just trying to figure out my password stuff because I fucked up. And I logged out of Twitch. But no problems anymore. We are in the Twitch. Teams are just drafting. I don't have the capabilities to make any bets, any betting stuff. So if anyone can kindly do the channel points bets. I'm not even sure if the title got changed, but we can certainly all right. Okay, so it looks like it's a Husky Grusky. Looks like it's likely to be a Husky Grusky Jinx and a Colonel combo. Aatrox. Alright. Second ban phase. Oh dang, they give him the Lone Wolf Thresh. Yeah, that's gonna be pretty deadly this game potentially. I'm super excited for these games. Getting to see all of Demacia play, and then getting to watch Bandle City, who I believe had the bye week. So this is their first match of the season. So we'll get to see it. We'll get to see how teams bounce back. We're gonna have 3 minutes of delay, so I'm gonna step out, and then I'll be back within the allotted 3-minute time period. All right. 30 seconds left on spectator delay. Let's hope that this goes well. Let me just delete everything else that I have going on my tabs. Looks like we are going into the game, so I will get my scene switched over for y'all.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift. 30 seconds until minions spawn. Minions have spawned.
Okay. I have got audio now. Sorry about that. I did some changes to my settings, and I haven't used this for anything other than recording. So, anyways, I have been chatting, but it really hasn't been doing a whole lot other than just play by playing what is going on, which has been on your screen. But a lot of fighting early. We do see, I will say notably, Jhin is running Dark Harvest. I don't particularly love it on Jhin. I do prefer like Fleet. Especially when Jin's gonna have to be kind of moving around a lot in fights and having to dodge stuff like Lux Binding and whatnot. Alright, so Thresh does get hit with the Lux Binding, but Lux is very low on mana. So it looks like Lux is probably going to have to take a back here to just get some just to get some mana back, even though they're pushed under tower. Looks like we're gonna get a first plate here in the bot lane. A 200 gold advantage, probably likely all pretty much from the top side. We have Corki, who went Cull into tier, so we're going for the long. Corki does play for the long game here. Ooh, Briar just walking into the Aatrox here, gonna get the taunt and everything, but won't have enough. And but the Aatrox, or sorry, but the Cho'Gath Q, getting the necessary knock-up and CC for Briar to get the second kill. One of the big win cons for this team can just be your boy J Money getting a ton of early game, just pulling ahead early and using it to jumpstart the team to the late game, or jumpstarting the team to win the game. Essentially, can definitely just be a jungle carry game for sure. Alright, looks like both sides are trading grubs for dragon. A very common trade. Meanwhile, Corki versus Ziggs is pretty much a farm fest. Probably not going to be seeing that lane too much this game, although Ziggs is getting some poke down onto the Corki. Oh, nice sweet spot from Colonel Combo there. Cho'Gath notably is getting a lot, has more CS than the Aatrox. Well, Aatrox has seemingly been focusing more on trades than actually trying to get every single bit of farm. But also has died twice. So being down 5 CS and having died twice, definitely not too bad at all for the Aatrox. All right. Looking at junglers, both are kind of just looking at doing their full clears. No objectives are up for the time being. Next objectives are Void Grubs in about 2.5 minutes. Drake and a Dragon in about 3 minutes. So I'm going to be interested to see what these junglers decide to do, if we're just going to get a lot of farming, or if we're going to get some explosive action. The Vi does have ult, so the Vi does have an opportunity to gank. Just have the opportunity to gank a lane pushed up, if it's pretty pushed up, or even do like some form of a lane gank. Bot lane, I know for a fact, has been playing very far up for Demacia. So I could definitely see a situation where Vi comes in here. It looks like it's happening, but Vi walks on to Vision. Jhin is far away, but it looks like Lone Wolf might have to pay for this. Might have to pay for it. Oh, your boy J Money gets in! Gonna be onto the support Lux. The ult from the Vi forces the Briar to not to worry about it, but that's pretty good for Briar. Jinx gets the kill there. Is Jinx gonna get a couple kills, or Jinx gonna get at least a double kill, maybe a triple kill? Vingham is here. Can he land the W? He can! Give it to the Jinx! Oh man, almost a triple for the Jinx. But the kill does go to the Ziggs. A 3-0 for the side of Bandle City. With the Briar shut down, going over to the Jinx. That gets the Jinx right back in this game. Gold is pretty even. Everywhere across the lanes, the biggest difference is it looks like it's jungle and it's the AD carry position that are pretty much the same-ish distance away. Yeah, it looks like a combination of the whole bot lane being a little bit up But about a 200 gold lead for blue side going towards next grubs in a couple of seconds here. Your boy J Money and Buffalo Barrage are already here. Are they going to spot out this blue being done? They are not. They just focus on that instead. The Briar is going to eat the binding. The Vi. Oh my gosh, so much damage. The Briar's just going to go down here probably. Who does it go to? Does it go to the Vi? They're going to give it over to the Vi, and that is a huge, huge kill. Should open up grubs pretty well here in a 3v2 situation, potentially 4v2, because the Lux making the roam up. Very, very good call, seeing that, okay, as long as my bot laner plays safe. Oh, here comes the Briar ultimate. The Briar ultimate does not hit. So, and Kel forced to flash, but Corki here, I don't think Corki's going to be able to do all that much. It looks like it's just going to be a split of grubs. No grub max for either team here. Colonel Combo going in. He used World Ender on Kel. He pulls him back in. Surely it's going to be a kill for the Lux. The Lux ult took the kill. Oh, man. Either way, the Cho'Gath going down means that the Aatrox will get a lot of damage on this tower and probably get at least one, if not two plates in the process. Kel's going to use TP on respawn. Meanwhile, this bot lane has 4 plates already. Probably going to look to get tower down fully while they got all the grubs. And so, not too bad if this bot lane can take tower here after Drake. Oh man, Lone Wolf taking a lot of damage, but it will not matter. He won't have to pay for it with his life here because no one's really there to follow up the Zig's damage. Okay. Little jostling, little tussling there. Oh, Corki Package. Corki Package goes. They're gonna get Milton Fudge Cow separated. It's a kill for the Jhin, and we're opening up the curtain. We're not. Okay, we're gonna cancel it out. No vision got lost on Lux, but this should still be the tower going down here with the Jhin force shot. And looks like Ziggs is gonna able to take Briar away from him. Oh my gosh, Briar does keep there. Doesn't quite get him to the tower, but the Vi ultimate comes in and the Briar goes down. Merrick having a very good game. And keeping himself relatively equal now with Jaboyge, with the Briar. Looks like first items are starting to get completed on these champions. And Briar went with an Eclipse. We have Yomu's Ghostblade on Jhin. Lux is going to go for Luden's Companion first item. And it will complete the support item when it's ready. So, Merrick with the flash. So, it's a flash for flash, Vi and Corki. That's potentially pretty important for the Corki to not have flash. Means Corki has to play a bit more passively at times. Dragon in... So, Rift Herald is the next objective that's up. So, looks like bot side for Demacia is going to rotate up towards mid lane here. Corki's just going to get out of the way of the Lux E. Jhin whiffs on the W. I don't believe it would have actually stunned. But the Aatrox has now roamed down to mid lane as well. But they're sitting on vision, and there you go. Now they see that they are spotted out. Lone Wolf with a beautiful hook. Is it going to result in anything? It's going to result in Lone Wolf going down to the Jinx. Very good auto to get that weave in. Oh my gosh, double kill for the Jinx. 4-0-1 Jinx might be an issue in the rest going forward in the game. Wow, Aatrox just goes World Ender. The ult from your boy J Money onto Husky Krusky, but it's not going to result in anything except for him going down to the Jinx. A triple kill. It's not going to show up as triple, but it is a triple kill. It is delayed. So that's free tower. They're going to look to push the second one as well with everybody spawning. if I am the Jin, I might have opened the curtains here because Colonel Combo is not in a great situation. Oh, we open him now and just keep the... Oh, he canceled it. Oh, I'm not sure I would have canceled that. I think I would have taken my shots with the full vision on the team personally, but all of him and meanwhile Merrick is taking Rift Herald, and Kel has pushed the tower, has pushed top tower completely down. So the gold sitting at about a 1,500 gold lead, 1.5k gold lead for blue side. And this Jinx has been playing fights very well, staying safe, weaving in getting the autos when they're there. Especially because a lot of the people on red team have to walk into them. Besides Jin, they're pretty low ranged. And Kel was side splitting the entire time there. He's got his full heart steal now, which means that this Cho'Gath is probably gonna want to come down. Gonna want to eventually be coming down for some fights, and get some heart steal stacks. Oh, they got the hook. They have the hook onto the Lux, but they don't really have great vision for the Jin to start getting autos out. I'm curious where Jin's gonna go with his build path here. There's a couple ways you could go. You can. I think eventually we're gonna want to see a rapid fire here for the Jin to stay pretty far back. Not sure if they're gonna go for Collector at all. Looks like they've sent the Vi up top for the Cho'Gath, but they've also followed with the Aatrox, and the Aatrox got a little bit juked out there by the flash. Probably didn't quite have the angle to actually go over and follow properly. Jin with the force shot. The hook from Thresh goes wide. The ult gets used from Lux. J Money's getting pretty low there, but he's gonna be able to heal up because he is Briar. It looks like we're gonna get a 5v5 here. Colonel Combo coming in with the World Ender. Aatrox can do some big damage here. Okay, flashes away, W's away. Your boy J Money pushing the Aatrox away. One death only. Looks like probably two here. Merrick gets another one. So a resounding 2-for-0 win. The bot lane going down for Demacia. Bandle City's jungler and their top laner putting in a lot of work in there. That Aatrox was super scary when he turned World Ender on and just started flying at them, I will be honest. Kel is going to eat that Lux ult for breakfast. Not much damage done there at all. Okay. If they can just stay back, Merrick's gonna end up under the tower, and that's a jungler going down. A little bit of a fight whoopsie here, and Aatrox might also have to pay for this with his life. Fourth shot, where the fourth one does connect with the Lux, but does not do a ton of damage there. But that's a couple of kills for the Jin, which keeps the Jin in it for sure. It looks like we're going to be seeing Collector very likely with the Dirk and with these three specific components, all being the components for Collector for Jin. Collector did get about a 10. I think Collector got a 5 AD nerf. It's not maybe that significant in the end, but it certainly isn't great. Kel's gonna get a little bit of silence action in here. Not sure if he's gonna be able to get any Heartsteel procs, but gonna have to eat some damage from the Ziggs and the Lux poke. But he'll be able to sit there and he'll be able to farm it out. Aatrox has gone down bot side. I'm not sure if there's really anybody besides Kel who can match the Aatrox in lane 1v1. Maybe you want to send... The Corki does have TP, so you could send Corki down to bot lane as well, potentially. As long as he just plays it pretty safe and just clears waves. Corki is playing up pretty far against the Jinx. Does have Jin walking down lane, and but there was the Vi sitting and waiting in case something popped off. Corki package not up currently. Did see a nerf today where it's only up for 45 seconds. I don't think we're gonna see it needing to be held for all 45. Typically, you want to pick it up when there's about to be an objective like Dragon or Baron. So I'm guessing we'll wait for that to happen before Corki, or we have to wait for it to respawn. But once it happens, I'm sure it'll be a use at Drake. Also, I do think it's very interesting that Corki decided to just essentially go straight into a Maw of Malmortius in this game. When it's a good item for lane going into the Ziggs, but in the long run, I think it might have been better to do something like a Leandri's. Oh boy, Corki's just gonna eat a ton of damage here. Maw of Malmortius does proc, but it doesn't necessarily save him, and the Ziggs ult does get the kill. Ziggs is doing Ziggs quietly 3-0-4. That's how I feel. That's like almost every Ziggs game. Ziggs is very quiet in these in the games where he's like played. All right, some good trades from Colonel Combo. Kel is just gonna be able to sit there and eat Heartsteel stacks though in the process. Oh, on the other side we do have the Briar at Baron Pit. Baron got started in the process, but he got rooted. He got rooted a bunch of times. The Vi able to take Briar out, which should, in theory, be a free Baron take. The 20-minute Baron might pay off here for Bandle City. Kel and Colonel Combo are just fighting it out. Oh, he went for the kill with the World Ender. Didn't get it. Burns flash in the process. But this... Oh, beautiful Corki package, but is it going to do anything? No, it's not. The team is going to just be able to keep fighting this out, and that's a kill for the Ziggs, another kill for the Jinx, and that's Baron in a full, pretty much essentially, that's Baron in 4 kills. Even though the Briar respawn, that was a Baron in 4 kills for blue side, now sitting at 7k, now sitting 7,000 gold in the lead. And they now have a turret lead too. They have 4 turrets to 2 with Demacia not quite breaking. Demacia didn't quite break that mid-tier 1 yet. They did a great job getting the first 2 towers very early, but they haven't been able to exactly corral that into map pressure with a lot of the members just kind of getting caught out in various positions. Kel's looking like he has a decent enough flank on the Vi, but there's really no one there to follow with the Briar coming from base building. Yeah, Eclipse Thunder Sky, a pretty good build here. Oh man, I think that was a little bit of anti-synergy there. Kel will be able to just sit there and eat a ton of damage, but I don't know if Lone Wolf can do that. And it looks like he's going to be taking a lot of damage. Yeah, Kel can take so much... Kel can take a lot of damage, but can't take it from everybody all at once. So, Jinx at 707, Ziggs at 606. And in their debut game, Bandle City is looking exceptional. A rough laning phase for the bot lane being pushed under tower, but they weathered it out and they took advantage. They took advantage with the Vi gank. And I think Ziggs also came down for that as well. So just really good map rotation by the team to set up to punish the forward positioning of the team. Briar going in does hit the Ziggs. Ziggs being very smart about it though. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to super survive everything, but I don't think the Briar... Yeah, Briar can't really survive that much at this moment. Not that tanky, and being 3 and 7... the other team is going to have more items, more damage to play with. 8,000 gold is now the lead. It's ballooned by 1,000 gold since Baron was taken. So, guess that would be a plus 1k on the Baron, on the Red Bull Baron power play. Oh, beautiful. That's going to take the Corki back in. Corki's going to take so much damage, but he will survive, and Colonel Combo's going to start tanking tower a little bit, but it won't. He will walk out of tower range. Just need to let this minion take the tower by himself, essentially. Gonna hook it into tower range now, so it'll go away. But the bot tier 3 has been removed from the map, so now an open bottom inhibitor for Bandle City. No real objectives up, so they can just reset and go back mid lane, go to top lane. I think they're gonna want to go top lane here and definitely get that tier 1 down for sure. Tier 2s at this range, at this rate, are very difficult to they're very difficult to defend, honestly, from a team that's this far ahead, for sure. Second item's coming in. Corki getting a Maw, or getting a Muramana. We've got Jin with Collector and coming in with what looks like to be eventually a rapid fire cannon. Oh, that Thrush Hook just barely missed that. Briar ult also missed. Everybody's abilities are going wide here. Kuro Combo, the only one landing some abilities in this moment. Jin W also missing again. Oh, that Lux ability does not miss. Jin needs to stay back from there. Good dodges. Did use heal. Oh, they got Colonel Combo caught out. Jin is just gonna. Jin can just die here to Jinx. It does. Oh, beautiful combo. But the Jinx is gonna live. Kel is super low. The Briar did not follow up. Little bit of miscommunication on going in. Kel barely surviving there. Merrick, it looks like the Vi is gonna go for. It just looks like the Vi is going to go for the Cho'Gath here. I'm not sure that's the wisest thing. Maybe you just go for the die. Maybe you just wait for the tower to get here and go for the... You just go for the Briar. And the kill goes to the Jinx. The Vi also does not go down, very fortunately, losing tower aggro at the last possible second, it seemed like. Meanwhile, mid lane has been pushed and the inhibitor is gone. Looks like we have the teleport in from the Aatrox to help take the tower. Corki package comes in, doesn't really do a whole lot. Corki takes a good chunk of damage. The Maw Malmortius gets popped. Oh, Jinx, the curtain is opened. Gets Milton Fudge Cow down. Merrick not stopped, but the 4-shot, the Jin damage, the Collector doing some work. Okay. So we're coming up on Baron and Drake being up at the same time. Let's see what the decision that these teams make. Whether we're going to see one fight for both. It is Dragon's Soul, but it's also Baron. Are they going to go for the Baron? Are they going to go for the immediate Baron play here? It looks like they can get it. The other team is just sitting in base. The jungler is dead for 7 seconds, 5 seconds. So if this team is fast, they can take it. I don't know if this team does Baron fast enough, honestly. Looks like ooh, the Zigzult comes in. Jaboy J Money's so low. I know he can heal up on the Baron, but oh no, this is not a good looking situation. Oh my gosh, Kel did get the Baron with his chomp. He did eat it. The feast sack comes in, but it looks like it's gonna be a near full wipe. Beautiful. Aatrox hits the Q, hits Q1, just takes the auto for the win. This looks like Bandle City pushing down through mid lane and top lane to take the game 1 victory. All right. Buffalo Barrage not going to make it back to tower, but is going to get Vyq'd out of the ultimate from Lux. Lone Wolf going to get popped back in. What looked very good and promising at the beginning of the game turned out to not be so great for team that was ahead in the early game, as it was a resounding win for Bandle City. Oh, did I say no by accident? I probably did. So I'm just glad that that worked. Okay. Right, here's game 2 draft is up. All right, We enter into game 2 with Bandle City up 1-0 now. A pretty convincing win. But I can for sure see that early game getting kind of turned into a different situation. And having the game actually get all right. Well, while we wait for both teams to, I didn't check most damage during the game, so that's my apology. Because I just got invited to the next game, and I guess both teams just kind of want to get going into game 2. All right. So let me just center. I'll center it horizontally, so that way we can have it be equal on the top and bottom, so it's not looking odd. All right. So this was the draft for last game. The Jinx and the Ziggs and the Vi super popped off. I think I really liked the draft, and that I ended up really liking the draft for Bandle City. It really baited in. They really baited in, like the Briar wanted to go in, the Thresh fishing for hooks, and just the second that Demacia kind of ran out of immediate engage or failed, like it's pretty easy for Vi to use her counter engage at that point. All right, we're into the next draft. We have stuff coming in. We have the Viego band, the Tryndamere band. We have Fizz, Akali, Vi. So they change one band up. They send another band towards Merrick here with the Vi, which kind of also counts as a band towards Milton Fudge Cow if he wanted to go there, but the Zillion as well gonna get banned away. No changes. But Demacia this time gets the Misfortune. So that was the other ban that they did. Demacia, I guess they banned Misfortune. Yeah. I'll just quickly check. Yeah, the Misfortune was banned. They ended up leaving it up, and Bandle City will now have to contend with that. But I wouldn't change anything. I'd almost just go straight back to Jinx Lux if I was them. And then you get to see what they pick on their 2-3 and decide maybe you want to go for your jungler for Merrick, or maybe you want to do something else. It's all... I definitely wouldn't... I would definitely say if it's not broke, don't fix it with the bot lane. They played well being backed up to their tower. They're going to take the Ziggs instead. They don't want the Ziggs to get taken away, I guess. And they already know that there's no way that Jinx is getting taken, so they just want to secure the Ziggs. A Mumu, Misfortune of Mumu. Man, we have the Chemtech special. All right, that is a Mumu jungle for Demacia. In a Seraphine. Oh my goodness. It is the Holy Trinity of Chemtech. It is Misfortune of Mumu Seraphine. Now, I'm not sure what positions these are going. I mean, it could be a Mumu jungle. It could be a Mumu support. Like, I know that Kel has played a Mumu support. Not really locking the Cho'Gath right away. I would imagine it gets banned here. Because just taking Kel off his comfort pick of Cho'Gath, I think for sure would be a solid idea. And even though you might be going into a different top laner, all right, we're gonna ban we're gonna go for the Garen ban. I'm not exactly sure who that's targeted towards. Demacia's side. Maybe Jaboy plays Garen top, so we think it's gonna be something like that. The Vex is gonna get taken. The Vex being hovered as a ban, but you see the Ziggs and the Jinx I'm not sure that Vex is a great ban here from Demacia's side. Alright, nope, they're going to switch it up and it's going to be a Lilia ban. Great. That's a very good ban. Lily's a very strong jungler, and I think Merrick has been enjoying it lately. So you definitely want to take that away. Could probably pinch the jungle pool here a bit. Zac, they're self-banning the Zac. Zac is a very good pick if you can play it. And blue side does have first pick. But they must not feel comfortable enough on the Zac to pick it. So I'm curious to see how these jungle pools, how deep some of the jungle pools are. For sure. Okay. Final ban, Urgot. Okay. Urgot's an interesting ban for sure. It is a pick. It is definitely a Milton Fudge Cow's pick that could happen. I'm not really sure if anybody else on the team actually plays it at all. Alright, let's see what Bandle City wants to do for their blind pick. I imagine they might want to just take their jungler here and leave their top laner counter. They picked the Warwick, okay. So they're gonna have a Warwick jungle coming out. Very, very likely a Warwick jungle. Alright, now Demacia, let's see who they get to. Let's see how Demacia rounds this out. This could show what type of comp we have. If it's gonna be in a Mumu bot lane and a Seraphine mid, which is possible. Or are we just gonna see their mid lane? Just see a mid laner and a mid laner and a top laner picked. Alright, the Aatrox Colonel combo. Or no, the Aatrox is coming back for Demacia's side, so this is not going to Colonel combo. Alright, I'm gonna be interested to see what type of stuff it is. Oh, the Xerath is being hovered. That could be a mid lane Xerath is pretty good. It has a lot of range over Ziggs. So it's kind of like, oh, you want to play poke? Well, I can poke longer. I have a longer poke range than you. So what are you going to do about that? It's also a potential support pick, and to send the Seraphine to mid lane as potentially. I would imagine it's good. That's going to say there. Oh, Cassante from Colonel Combo. All right, we're about to have from our boy Cassante, we're going to have so much. We're gonna have so much tankiness. I know that there's a copy pasta roaming around of Cassante. I want to read it out for the viewers. Alright, we're ready to go into the game. I'm just going to leave this draft up while everything goes. There it is, Cassante, 4,700 HP, 329 armor, 201 magic resist, unstoppable, a shield, goes over walls, has airborne, cooldown is only 1 second, 2, it costs 15 mana. That's what we're going to see. Cassante Gaming, everybody. This is going to be cool. I don't think I've seen Cassante picked. I personally haven't seen Cassante picked down in Chemtech. I'm pretty sure it's probably seen at least some play in Hextech. It's a pretty difficult champion. In total, you have to hit you have to hit almost all of your abilities essentially. It's a pretty good champion for sure.
I'll beat it out of you.
But I'm very curious to see what type of lanes we're gonna get. I'm not surprised if they're just doing a big. I'm not surprised if they're doing a ton of role swapping here, from the side of Bandle City. Yeah, it is a Kella Mumu jungle, so that does check out. So Jaboy J Money is going to a different lane. Sorry, so Warwick picked up probably from Merrick. Vingham is gonna take the Ziggs. Just like last game, played it very well. So if it's not broke, don't fix it. Lone Wolf Misfortune, okay. Book Egg will probably be paying the Seraphine then. Okay. So from here, to me it would look like it's going to be Jaboy It's going to be Jaboy's top lane on the Aatrox very likely, and it's going to be Buffalo Barrage in that mid lane. Taking the Xerath.
Fear is the first of many foes.
Okay.
Well, now I'm just mad.
Let's this comp, this Amumu Misfortune Seraphine comp, definitely in my opinion, like test, like in theory it should win. It should be able to win team fights so hard. Like it should be able to win team fights almost all the time. It just depends on how on how the team communication is. Because if you do one of the things kind of too early, then you're just not in a position to really be able to win a team fight just by clicking three ultimate abilities, essentially. I think for sure that this will test their team communication. Oh, it looks like we're doing a book eggs Xerath on book egg on Xerath and Buffalo Barrage on Seraphine. Okay, looks like they have switched champions. I guess they must have decided middle of the final picks that they wanted to switch who was going where with what champion. It could still be a Xerath support, but it could be that they're just switching who plays what role. But to me, I think it's just going to be, we're just going to see just the top laner and the jungler swap for Demacia. Okay. Spectator delays in for 3 minutes. So hopefully we can get predictions in. Hope everyone's enjoying the gameplay, and I think we're about to have a banger of a game. We have a lot of line skill shots versus press R. Versus just the triple press R comp. The Chemtech Classic, the Seraphine MF Amumu. That's is very potent, very dangerous, honestly. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw cleanse. I wouldn't be surprised if like Jinx took cleanse this game. I think I'd be. Yeah, I mean, I guess I just said it there. I'd be very surprised if we didn't see a Jinx cleanse. I think that it's just something you're probably going to have to take this game, to avoid to just avoid getting super chain CC'd. I will say for Demacia, I like the ease of execution of the comp. The Aatrox is I think Aatrox is a bit difficult to play, for sure, but should have a pretty tame laning phase into Cassante. Probably doesn't. I mean, they probably don't really have to go fighting all that much. Just get your minions and maybe do a little bit of brawling. But I think Aatrox is obviously just more looking to get out of lane phase, just fine. I'm interested to see if the bot lane kind of plays out like last game, where Jinx and Lux get pushed in by Lone Wolf and Book Egg. Because if that's the case, then it might open things up for Warwick, but there's definitely no Vi this game where it's an easier time getting your ganks in. Okay. There we go. We are into the game. We have been fortunate enough that the spectator client has worked. So we praise once again that it works. We praise Rito. Okay. It is a Xerath support. Okay. Gonna get everything situated. Fellowship Z. Let's zoom this baby out. Objective timers off. Chat off. Time control down. Okay. Directed camera's just gonna do its thing. Looks like 5 points from both sides. No one's looking to really do it much of anything. Looks like oh man, Ziggs being a bit rude. The Lux being a bit rude. Okay. A little bit of questioning. Do you play Aatrox? My answer is I do not play Aatrox. Aatrox is a difficult champion to play. Looks like we're going to have a same side start from the junglers here. Very likely. But both bot lanes are leashing their junglers. So we'll have to keep an eye out for... We will definitely have to keep an eye out on jungle routes. Jungle pathing by the two junglers. Looks like Amumu's going to... Yeah, looks like both sides are just going to do a regular... Probably a regular full clear. But we do have Seraphine versus Ziggs in the mid lane. Okay, Merrick and Kel both on their way. Top laners look like they might be. Looks like they're jostling for CS on the mini map. Looks like we're gonna get maybe a little bit of damage coming in. Mid lane's just gonna be a kind of a poke fest, with Seraphine getting a little bit of damage down. Ooh, the Xerath doing a lot of damage. The Misfortune getting autos in on the Lux, because the level 2 got 1, and that's the most dangerous. This is definitely the most dangerous way to kind of lose. Your lane is not respecting the level 2, but they get away without dying. But the Lux is chugging health potions. Oh wow, that Q did not bounce anywhere. If I am that MF, I am wondering what happened. But Xerath is just going to come in with this long-range poke. Lots of good. Wow, great unstoppable from Cassante. The one thing I do want to say is that Misfortune is pretty here. So we'll see if Misfortune has to take a back here in a little bit just to get some more mana. Because one thing with the Lux getting to take a back, it'll give mana advantage, and with eventually maybe poke as well. Oh, Cassante just walking out of the Aatrox E, or sorry, probably the W actually. I don't know abilities for Aatrox. I know what his Qs do, and I know which one, and I know what his ult does. W and E I always mix up. I think E is the dash and W is the thingamajigger, but. We do see Merrick up at the top side. Aatrox coming down to help to make sure that Amumu can secure the Scuttle Crab, which leaves which certainly leaves the Warwick in a position to have to scramble down the bot side. Meanwhile, Kel will just take his camp here, probably go for the back. Not sure how much this team's going to commit to Void Grubs, but Kel with the back here would be able to easily go camp, do his complete bot side in here. But looks like we're gonna try to catch the Ziggs out. Misses the Amumu Q. Still gonna chase it out, but not gonna really be able to do much. Oh, both of the Qs go wide. A little bit of good dodging from the Ziggs. A little bit of potential poor Q throwing from the Amumu. Might be a little rusty on it, but it happens. It's, you know. Alright. The Aatrox and the Cassante. Cassante does have a slight lead in CS, but I think the Aatrox here is definitely going to be able to get a large amount of that back right here. Alright, only a little bit of CS lead. Oh, the Jinx traps did not set. Good amount of retaliation damage. Lone Wolf just going to walk up Giga Chad MF style and just keep poking autos at the Jinx. Oh, Colonel Combo could be in a potential bad situation, but he can go all out if he so pleases. He does not. He would not have been able to pull the Aatrox back away from his tower. But might have also just died in the process for it. All right. Oh, Milton Fudge Cow almost dying here. The Xerath, went for the exhaust. There's no mana for a Q. All right, bot lane barely survives, but that's huge advantage for Lone Wolf and Book Egg. They can definitely push this in and get a plate on this, but it looks like they're going to leave it. It's a bit of an awkward situation. I would like to see them push that in completely. Meanwhile, Merrick is on the Grubs, and it looks like Hell's going to be a little late to the Grubs, but he might just be going top lane. No, he's not going to go top lane, but they are fighting there. Amumu taking a Grub. He's a level up on Merrick. This Amumu can just straight up 1v1 the Warwick. Oh, Warwick does get killed for first blood. Cassante went all out. But which means he's more vulnerable to damage, even though he's going to have attack. Kel comes in, hits the Q with the flash. Oh, man. Cassante looks like he's going to go down here. Kel to block. Kel blocks the unstoppable, going back towards the tower. Very, very well played. Does Kel have another Q? Can he hit the Ziggs with the Q? He cannot. But there's 2 Grubs left, which very likely just easily goes over to the Amumu here. No smite, but his AoE should just be able to take them both down pretty easily. Now, the Warwick is full health as well, so it could potentially go back for a contest. So the Amumu comes up 2-0 out of this, and a pretty decent gold lead here. Lone Wolf is just going to fight the Jinx here, and looks like just bot laners both trading back and forth with health, except for Xerath never having to really be within much more than 3/4 of a screen away from a character, if not over a full screen away. Buffalo Barrage is just going to keep the wave on his side of the map and probably can just go, and already burned his TP, so he doesn't exactly have a great, he does have a decent enough back here. Kel should probably catch this wave here to make sure that the XP doesn't get wasted. But it looks like it's going to be staying just out of the tower range. Okay. MF just used heal in bot lane. If Lux can land the potential binding here. Oh, but Jinx was too far away. Or Jinx was too low on health. We do have Ziggs coming down towards bot lane. Looks like we have a 4-person gank of bot, but Misfortune is very fast, and Xerath obviously plays from very far away. So nothing comes from that, except maybe a little bit of Drake priority. Seraphine can just shove this wave out if she so pleases, but she might get caught out here. She's very, very far up. Has to exit stage left, potentially here before Warwick. Warwick doesn't have ultimate, though, so I guess wouldn't really have to exit immediately because Warwick doesn't exactly have the capability to suppress the Seraphine in this case. Seraphine ultimate is almost off cooldown. It looks like it just came off cooldown. So there is Seraphine ult, Misfortune ult, and a Mumu ult for this match here. Great unstoppable by Cassante. But it just looks like we're going to have Drake being given up. I just think there's not a great way for Merrick to get into the fight. Oh, he does. He goes on Book Egg. Good. Just a good Q and a great Amumu uses ultimate. Seraphine uses ultimate there into an MF ult. That's a dead Lux. Very well played by Demacia. They get the dragon. They turn and get 2 kills in the process. I say maybe perhaps the Amumu ult's a little bit overkill. Oh, good dodge by Lone Wolf. Did burn flash, but that's a good ult dodge. That might have killed. I'm not sure if it... I think it might have been maybe a little too close, and really just with a Noon Quiver, probably not quite enough damage. But Either way, this game's going a lot better for Demacia overall. Top lane's pretty even, honestly, in farm. And if anything, Jaboy's might be slightly ahead because he has assist gold. But bot lane here is under some potential aggression. Warwick does not have ultimate though, so Warwick cannot really go in. It would be pretty risky. Although both bot laners didn't really have a ton of mana, so it could have been worth it. They both had flashes burned already, and they're both pretty close in timer. So hopefully they're keeping track of the flash timers for the bot laners. To know, okay, well neither of them really have it flash, so maybe if they overextend again like this, we can definitely take advantage of it with a gank potentially from the Warwick. Okay, right. So it looks like first plate. Oh, Flush Cow's gonna take a ton of damage. Lone Wolf is also gonna take a lot of damage back in return. Just got back to lane, is already 1/3 HP, and a turret plate goes over to Bandle City. But we're looking at about a 2,500 gold lead-ish, about 2.4 thousand gold difference for the side of Demacia early. So looks like this team has kind of found something good here early on. All the kills onto the Amumu isn't too terrible either. He's very strong right now, which is when he kind of really needs to be strong. Oh no, Vingling did get that grub, and Merrick has gone over the wall, but your boy J Money coming in. Vingling's ultimate isn't going to do a ton of damage. World Ender from the Aatrox definitely going to keep him topped off with every auto. So it's going to be, I think it's going to end up being 5-1. Oh, great Seraphine ultimate. Great. Cassante uses ult on Kel. Kel probably likely to go down here, but he might just be able to walk this out. Cassante not really being able to do a ton. And overall, now Aatrox just getting all the kills in that fight is huge. Flash from Husky Grusky on the Jinx. So now Jinx has now they can play around. Now they can play with the Jinx timer. She has to play a bit safer. Looks like Book Egg stepping up very far off of tower. There's definitely not much of a reason to really do that. The other team wasn't exactly threatening much of anything. The Jinx rocket came in, goes wide down in bot lane, but the Warwick is here. Warwick's gonna get an ult on the Misfortune. A good stun. Oh no! Lone Wolf goes down. Fudge Cow does not die. He does there though. Looks like we are going to get some damage down on to the Warwick, but Kel might be a bit too deep. He does get chompered down, but and forced to flash. Great stun. Book Egg really needs to sit there for Kel to make sure he doesn't get autoed again. Even though the splash damage would come in, it wouldn't necessarily be enough to die. But in the end, only Misfortune goes down in that exchange. Oh, sorry, it was a 1-for-1. Sorry. It was ADC for support. So that does give Husky Grusky maybe a little time to farm, but the Misfortune's already down back in bot lane after having respawned. Okay. Ooh, good Misfortune damage on that. Already, we see Boots, we see Youmuu's coming in, we see Seraphine with a Seraph's Embrace, with an Archangel Staff, which will become a Seraph's Embrace. Cassante, not quite a finished item yet. We have Sundered Sky from the Aatrox, Kel with his full Sunfire Aegis, Ziggs building towards Leandries. We have Youmuu's for Misfortune. We are going to see probably a Ludens from the Xerath. Lux also building the same item, and Jinx going for Kraken again. Anyways. Aatrox. Aatrox looking real nice into the Cassante. It's definitely a... Usually not... I don't know if it's usually something that lane counters. Ooh, went all out on the Misfortune. Misfortune can just kind of walk away from this. Cassante going down. Flash from somebody there. I don't know. That was a flash from the Xerath. Very hyphy flash from the Xerath. I don't necessarily know about getting that close to a Jinx who can just hit traps behind you, but it did work out. Looks like we're going for the Herald. Bot lane gonna stay and push that out, and then gonna go take their reset with Aatrox and the Seraphine. Just going for it. Now they're gonna get spotted on the Herald, but there really isn't a much that can be done here, as Kel can just smite this down and take the Herald. All right, so we're gonna get to see how Kel does with Mario Kart. We saw Merrick have a pretty nice time with it, although he unfortunately did not get pushed back far enough, and he ended up paying with a death for that. All right, I'm just gonna see Xerath clear out the wave. Don't really see where his shots go. It just focuses on the person who's ulting. the Ziggs at about half HP after that. All right, blue buff taken by Kel, which means it's there for someone is there to be grabbed up by somebody. If anything, Misfortune should just roam over and take it at some point to not let it go away, because it can't, because the buffs like that can expire. So I would hope that there's communication about that. All right, so Cassante just gonna unstoppable that. Lots of poke coming in from this. Xerath is very annoying, I would imagine. Ludens and probably maybe even looking at something like a Focus Horizon next. Oh, got pulled in airborne. Jaboy J Money going in. Gonna just walk away from the all-out Cassante though. Pretty smart decision here. As it's gonna be a bit tough. Oh no, he almost got it. He almost got it just with the Q3 Q3. I think it was a little off the sweet spot, but I don't even think that would have killed. All right, so it looks like we're gonna get the Herald here. Are we gonna get Kel driving it? Looks like we are. He's gonna drift it in. Bang. All right. Very nice. Nice Misfortune ult. We're gonna get the tower here. The Herald will barely survive, and maybe it can get driven into the next tower. But Cassante and Aatrox are fighting, so we gotta watch that. Looks like Kel was able to successfully drive it into the next thing. Oh, Colonel Combo, no ultimate here. Is gonna have to burn the ghost to get away. Burn that ultimate. Burn the ghost to get away. But Aatrox, could potentially get him, but the unstoppable is used. Kel is just gonna go in 1v whatever. Oh man, the Xerath getting the kill. Looks like Warwick is gonna chase the Amumu, but gonna run into the rest of the squad. No damage done onto Jinx there. Gonna see the Warwick just gonna see the Warwick kind of posturing around. Looked like Merrick might have wanted to go for a reset there. But this game is looking like it's getting quite a lot out of hand. For Bandle City, Demacia having a very clean game too, and showing that they can play like a Mumu Seraphine Misfortune is quite dangerous. Because this means that you can't just sit on the normal picks that you'd be banning here. You have to consider banning an Amumu. You have to consider banning all these other things. And that could allow your boy J Money to get on something like his Graves or something, a little bit different than what we've seen. Because we've seen Graves and Viego. We've seen Graves, Viego, and I forget what he played in game 1 against us. But, showing his ability to go top lane will do wonders for this team eventually. Colonel Combo, or the Jinx in a very Misfortune in a bad position. if Cassante can land all of his stuff, then Misfortune could be in some big trouble. But he didn't really land a whole lot. Just gets turned around into a Mumu ult, into a Misfortune ult. MF does go down to the Lux though, so Lux gets a shutdown there. Amumu trying to get onto the Jinx which probably would have been stopped by the Chompers. Oh, very aggressive by Kel. His ultimate is down. Seraphine ult hits 2, but does not do a ton. So Kel, a little too ambitious there. Didn't quite have... If the Aatrox was stepped up, I think that would have been very good. I just think it ended up not being super great. Just because he was a little too far up. But all in all, it is about a 9,000 gold lead. And a substantial tower lead, as well as a substantial kill lead. Okay, the Jinx rocket does go wide. Very good dodge out there by Voyage. All right. Oh, there's a teleport in from the Aatrox. They want to fight. Kel's just got a Cassante in his face though. He's not exactly going to be able to turn around and get in for the fights. It does look like Jaboy was able to get out of there pretty clean. No real like damage taken. I know he wanted to get the fight, but Kel wasn't able to really find any angles to go in for an ultimate. They do have the full combo up, and it looks like they're turning to Baron. 22-minute in Baron. There is no... okay, so the Mumu is on its way. It looks like it is pinged. It is being pinged out. It has maybe not quite been spotted, but it's definitely known that the Baron's being done. And there it is, the full Baron spot. Colonel combo could be pretty good here. Kel has to land. Kel does have to nail this smite, and I think it's going to be pretty possible. They just turned... They kind of went for the turn and burn play. They got it, but Kel got taken out just too late. Oh, can he hit the Q? Can he hit the Q on Merrick? Oh, he could have just hit the Q on Merrick potentially there and gotten out a little earlier, but it looks like walking out was just fine for the Amumu. Big Baron take for Demacia. Oh, wow. Jinx in a very awkward position. Couldn't exactly walk to the lane. Probably would have just eaten a Mumu Q and ended up getting killed there, potentially. Just getting locked up with the Mumu and the Aatrox. So, So between the Holy Trinity, Seraphine's the only one with the ultimate right now. Now obviously Xerath still has ultimate. So we could still see that kind of come into play. Alright, next objective up will be Dragon in about 2.5 minutes. Oh, Jinx is in a situation running from their life from the Xerath. Wow, that last one did not hit. Oh, Misfortune gets the kill though. Gets to the collector proc. Great flash stun. That's a dead Lux. Kill goes to Misfortune. Has to pay with her life because of the minions. The Lux Q did still come in there and get the bind. All right. Looks like Cassante is going to get bounce housed around by the Xerath plus Aatrox combo. That cannot be fun. Meanwhile, Buffalo Barrage has taken the tier 2 top tower. If I'm and now with about a minute and a half left, I think that that Demacia should be looking to just set up for the should just be kind of looking to set up. Does get the blue buff of does steal the enemy blue buff. The Aatrox is going to take his back here before Drake. Didn't really have much in the shop, just a ruby crystal. We're just looking to get a little bit of a reset. Does have teleport, can just go top, could just threaten something top lane. I think Kel should push. I think at this point Kel should just push this top side out, or push the bot side out, and then go for the Drake. Your team is definitely going to be there already. It's definitely smart of him to push, and there's exactly that. He's going to go and he's going to get the wave pushing and rotate back over. He does have a little bit of a flank here too. However, now they know that they're being invaded on. But I don't think they really have much they can do here. The Drake's still up in 30 seconds. So don't really want to do a huge throw here. Kel is going to be in way of Carl Combo. Oh, could this be the potential throw? Oh my goodness. Maybe not. Seraphine ultimate comes in, does hit Merrick. Oh my gosh, his Aatrox. This Aatrox is huge. I thought this was a throw, but Aatrox is just here to clean everything up. World Ender coming in. Ziggs sends him back over to Jinx, unfortunately. Does get hit by the trap, so this should still be a pretty free dragon. It is third Drake only for Demacia, but they are holding an 11,000 gold lead right now. They did give over some shutdowns, which means that they were down. They were up even more at this point, especially with the Xerath giving up his shutdown. Okay. Jinx Rocket came in, goes wide. Does look like the Drake is going to get taken. However, Ziggs and Cassante, all right, we're going to force we're going to see the Flash is forced. Just, boys, you're going to die here. He gave up his 650 bounty. That's not good. Oh, no, Lone Wolf getting caught out himself. Oh, no, this is not going very well. They're just kind of chain running in and unfortunately getting CC'd in the process. We now see what happens when a couple of these skill shots get hit. Ziggs W can just kill it, but Ziggs passive ends up getting it. It looks like a little bit of a communication breakdown, but potentially, which has significantly cut the gold lead, which was now 10,000, now back to 7,000. Ooh, Kel, I don't know if you wanted to hit that, buddy. Even though you and Seraphine do have your ultimates, you don't really have that extra large amount of damage. Seraphine does have a good chunk of damage, but I say it's not substantial enough to really be able to 1v to like kind of 1v 2v4 the situation right now. As Merrick is able to take their own blue buff, is able to steal the enemy blue buff. Kel hits it. Oh, great ultimate, great follow up by Book Egg. That's the fight that Bandle City. That's the fight that Demacia needs. Triple kill right onto Xerath. 200 gold. Still Seraphine deathless. Yeah, I think they're trying to debate what to do. They're going to go tower. Okay, they should go, yeah, definitely go tower into Baron, definitely. Definitely take that mid-tier 2. You can potentially push inhib, but it's going to be close. They might just want to push. I know, they're going to go for the inhib. Okay, we have spawns in about 10 seconds, starting with Lux and Jinx. An overstay here could be pretty deadly. Pretty unfortunate, but alright. It was a 7,000 gold lead, but was immediately taken back to a 10,000 gold lead here by Demacia. They definitely take this on the outs. Kel is going to be walking to Baron from base. All of Demacia, all of Bandle City is walking out of base right now. Jaboy J Money is trying to grab this, but I think this could be pretty bad. I think he did get it, and he just E over the wall. He's got to tank this. But I think they need to get out of here. Lone Wolf taking a significant amount of damage. Kel does go in. Kel does not have ultimate. Seraphine is the only one here with ultimate on the team. And Seraphine is not in the best position. Oh, beautiful Seraphine ultimate hits every single one of them, but it doesn't really do a ton. Colonel Combo in on the entire team. The Misfortune is going to go down in the back. Cassante is doing his thing, but doesn't get stunned. Does hit Buffalo Barrage, but I don't think it's going to result in a kill or anything. Might actually result in his own death. All right, Cassante gets it. Kel is gone, though. Both Merrick is alive. All right, so Jinx just barely doesn't go down. Oh, missed ultimate from the Warwick. Does that result in his own death? Can we get the kill? No, we cannot, and he's going to get to heal up a little bit. Should just reset off the Baron, and we'll probably do this all again once everybody's respawned. Drake is up in a minute and a half, so no real other objectives to go for. Looks like we're just going to get both teams resetting their health, resetting their mana, and I'm imagining we're going to do this all over again, but the Mumu and the Misfortune both have their ultimates. A little bit, they just need a little bit better positioning in some of these fights. I think Misfortune being right next to the Cassante, obviously not that great. But we're essentially pretty much just one team fight away for Demacia taking the game 2 win and sending us to a game 3. It's crazy. This game has been 30 minutes, and it feels, to me, it feels longer, but it just has been constant. A lot of consistent action going on here. Both teams, I guess, are going to set up. They all want to set up for the Drake that's about a minute away. I thought, oh, Colonel Combo, that's the Misfortune ult ban. That's the Misfortune ult burn. I don't necessarily think it's that great, and I think now they might want to threaten. They might want to threaten other lanes. They might want to threaten like a mid push or something. They really, really want this Cassante, but they're gonna get flanked. They need to exit to their team by Baron. This Seraphine could be in a very sketchy situation if he gets rooted, but does not happen. Now Lux ultimate burn with about a 20-second cooldown. No worry. You know that thing will be up in any second. If a Mumu was able to maybe flash Q, could still hit it. All right, forces the Jinx flash. That had hit the Jinx. That probably. I don't know if he should have gone for the ultimate there, because I don't think it would have done a ton to ult there. But that sets up something like a Seraphine ultimate coming in. Oh, we're going to see all out from the Cassante onto the Aatrox. Aatrox does not have his World Ender. Lone Wolf is there. Lone Wolf takes it out. Ultimate from Book Egg. Merrick is flashing for his life. Does get taken down. Xerath has about 6. Xerath at level 14 does at least have 5. I believe it's 5 ultimate shots. Not quite 16, but this just looks like the... Is this the end? I don't believe it is. I don't know. It could be, though. They are really looking to end this game right here. Husky Gressy does go down. Oh, but Vingland's ultimate. Vingland's ultimate doesn't end the game. I think it does. I think this still does end the game. And there we go. On to game 3. Demacia taking game 2. Hype game. The Seraphine Misfortune Amumu combo with Jaboyj on the Aatrox did work. I will pull up my my league client for everybody. We will hide the draft for now, so we can look at just some stats. So we have most damage going to the Ziggs. Not super surprising. Largest kills. We had a triple kill from the Xerath. Overall, very good. Overall, pretty great game for Demacia. We'll be going into our 3rd game here soon. We've got the lobby set up. I will just pull up the draft. We'll close out the league. We'll remove that from there. We're just setting everything up. All right, I'm gonna need another water bottle for this next one. My voice is shot, so if somebody could be so kind to maybe join me, if somebody's just there and has a little time to burn for game 3. My voice is super shot. All right. All right, getting our players into the lobby. All right. Who are we missing? We're missing Lone Wolf. Okay. So this is game 3, so there needs to be... So there's a coin flip for side selection. If both captains have access to the channel, I could do a coin flip. I can do a coin flip on my in my browser and share it for, and I can do a screen share. Because I believe that's the case, that it's a coin flip. Who are we? There's one more player we're missing. I'm sure that they'll get him invited. It's Husky Grusky, who I don't actually have added. So someone else will have to grab them. But since this is game 3, we do have... It is technically, I believe, coin flip for side selection. We'll just let it do its initial thing. That's cool. But... Okay. So now with these team comps fully revealed, I'm very I like the Zinzao pick from Jaboyj. I really think that there's a very strong jungler for him. The Fiore counter pick not super unexpected from Colonel Combo. I was wondering if we were going to see something like a Vinglin, like a Vingham pick in the top lane, and the talent would go to Colonel Combo. I'm not a hunt, but I don't know the all these players champions will super well. I love the Lilia. Jinx Maokai is a pretty okay lane. Son of TK, definitely. So we'll see farming. We'll see farming Tom Kench. Out of Demacia. I wonder. I don't know who's gonna pilot the Senna from this team. It could be. I could see that I could see the Senna going to Lone Wolf, but I'm not sure about. I'm not really that sure about champ pools. I thought it. And I also thought it was going to be Senna Seraphine, but it looks like it was obviously just going to be a Seraphine. Just to be a Seraphine mid, just like last game. Talon into Seraphine. The Seraphine has to play. Seraphine has to really respect Talon, but I don't think it. But I don't think it matters too much if the Seraphine just plays that tower essentially. After like level 2 or 3, won't really have that much push. We'll be able to push the Talon, but has to be wary that Talon can easily kill you right away. If in the blink of an eye, if the Talon executes its combos very well.
I smell fear.
Okay. Also, I like the strategy of pushing Kel into the top lane again, because I mean, still like Shyvana could have come out, did get a little bit of buffs. In I think that both teams drafted decently well. I think Demacia's comp might be a bit too late game. Would be my only issue. I fear. I think my personal fear is that this game is like 50 minutes because we're running like Senna, Tom Kench, and and like Cho'Gath and Seraphine, and you have Lilia. Lilia's pretty mid. I guess Lilia and Talon go mid game, but then you have Fiora who scales. You have Jinx who scales. Maokai scales. So this is gonna be a very scale heavy game, and it's gonna really come down to probably some team fight execution. And perhaps seeing if this Fiora can make an impact on the side lanes with her split push ability. So a pretty exciting game upcoming here, going into Game 3. Bandle City taking Game 1. Demacia responding with a resounding win in Game 2. Both games were pretty one-sided wins for the teams. Although it got a little dicey in the middle of Game 2. But the goal deficit was a little too much by the end of it. Okay, everything's locked in, loaded, and we'll be getting into the game in about 3 minutes. I'm gonna go grab a new water, and I will be back. All right. About a minute left until we are into the game. To see if Demacia can take their first, to see which team will get their first win of BoozeBash 12. Will it be Bandle City in their first match of the season, or will Demacia bounce back from their loss last week to get a dub? I think my brain. I think Demacia. I think Demacia's comp is probably a little easier to kind of work around. I think that I think champions like Talon and Fiora who love to get picks are gonna really have to work into Tom Kent's Cho'Gath Xin Zhao. Like the Talon gets picked, there's already one beefy boy, and then another beefy boy comes in, and then Xin Zhao, whose ultimate makes him so vulnerable. Whose ultimate makes him like so pretty and vulnerable to taking large amounts of damage. Alright, we're into the game, so I will go ahead and switch over. Okay. I love not having my regular thing. Okay, director camera will come in. I'll just back this baby out. Okay, just switch this. Lone Wolf on the Seraphine, Book Egg on the farming Tom Kench. Maybe it's actually going to be a farming Seraphine. It kind of looks like we're going to see a farming Seraphine setup. Uh-oh. Pesquetio's a little. They're going to... Alright, they got their wards down. Now, Jaboij doesn't have to start there. Can definitely just decide to start there. Not be the end of the world. You know, the other team will just see... The other team will see it, but it won't be the end of the world. If that's the case. Alright, it looks like Maokai's just going to end up walking the lane, be a little late. He might get there on time with his Jinx, though. I don't think he necessarily needs to run to go give... I don't think he necessarily needs to run to go give a leash. If I'm being honest at this point. He will now be... He will just get the lane in time with his Jinx there. Okay, it looks like both lanes might be a little late to their first 3 minions. Just based on timer. I think you're... I don't think they necessarily left him like right around that 139 mark, which is where you typically want to be leaving from your leash as a bot lane. But yeah, this definitely looks like farming Seraphine. Oh, Colonel Combo getting a little big for his britches, but he is going to get the level 2 first. So he'll be able to poke Kel out, and he might be, and he can just keep this wave on his side. Yeah, the Buffalo Barrage definitely eating a little bit of damage. Is able to at least get a little bit of response damage in. Kel is going to hit level 2 here, so he will be able to, so he'll at least have another ability to work with. He can silence. He can go for his Q. But either way, let's put that away. Bot lane, looks like Lone Wolf might die here at level 2. Uh-oh. But Book Egg is now the one who could be in a little bit of trouble. He does have the gray health, though. Colonel Combo gets ganked by Jaboij. He does get it all. He does get it, but Kel gets the first blood. Xin Zhao with a 2 camp gank. He just did his... Or no, sorry. Yeah, he went buff to Gromp, 3 camps and ganked top lane. Which helps Kel immensely, and there really is an opportunity to just go Gromp and maybe to go for Wolves and maybe another gank. Because I don't think Fiora's pressure is gonna stop realistically just because he died. If anything, Kel has to be a bit. If anything, Kel has to be a bit maybe nervous here. I think J Money's just gonna go to the other side of his lane. Of his jungle, and he's gonna grab what he left there. Merrick is going to look to go for double scuttle. Jaboij is going to go straight to the scuttle and will have smite advantage, so he will just be able to quickly get this down to 600 and take it. Maokai is going to rotate down, it looks like, but not going to do a whole lot. So, definitely solid. So solid gameplay all around for the teams to start. Kel holding his own, staying pretty close in farm. Did get Bramble Vest on first back, which is a very, very smart buy. Interestingly, Colonel Combo does. Colonel Combo has that warded up, so Xin Zhao would not have an easy time getting a gank. Silencing the Fiora, but the back Vital is definitely gonna. Kel here getting a push in is definitely gonna be for grubs, but there's no jungler, there's no follow up. I don't think that Kel. I think Kel should just get that ward in. Definitely a good job. But Bookegg is looking like he's gonna actually potentially even kill the Jinx here. The Maokai left in a very awkward situation here. Kind of stuck between Senna and Tom. Early tier buy for Senna on her first back. Merrick is going to be able to start. Is going to have his mid laner there to start the Void Grubs. It looks like we might have some form of a fight here potentially, but looks like it's going to be a late fight. Seraphine has 6 to Talon not being 6. So I definitely think that this is a good call to try and fight this for sure. Just because, yeah, you get a charm out like that, and Merrick can take a lot of damage. Seraphine is going to be able to not have a ton of mana. This fight might go pretty wrong here. The Fiora can get the chase down. Not going to be able to get the kill, though. So just the jungler going down. But they burn, Ghost, Ignite, Flash, and... Flash and Ignite from Talon. Or no Flash from Talon. Burn in the exchange. But definitely came out much better for... ended up coming out better because it's 3 grubs for Bandle City here. The Talon sitting here on no mana means that it looks like both sides are going to get to do a reset here. Seraphine can just take this and take an immediate back and get mana, everything. The Tom Kench in a pretty awkward situation does have to W over the wall, which leaves Lone Wolf in a really awkward situation. Jungler coming, but not going to do much. Lillian not level 5 yet. Xin Zhao looking like he'll probably... Looks like both junglers will take a couple of camps here, probably get their level 6s, and let's see what happens. Could be some fireworks. Potentially, once both junglers have level 6, potentially Drake fight upcoming for the first dragon of the game. Just going to do some ward clearing here. They do spot the pink ward. Talon has rotated down, which means that this is a potential 4v2 bot lane because Xin Zhao is not in the way. Maokai does get the flash. Tom with the flash back does survive because of it. Very nice timing by a Book Egg to with a Tom Kent. Does have to lose flash but doesn't die. And that's very important. I don't think that they should really be contesting this with Lilia being level 6. Xin Zhao definitely doesn't have much contest purpose here, so I would rather see them pushing out their lane or forcing them to go. I mean, Fiora is literally down here bot lane. So this could be could end up being a bit bad here. Either way, Jaboij gonna potentially go in on Colonel Combo, does not take it at all. Ult by Fiora. Oh wow. That is a bit annoying, but alright, Talon ultimate comes out, Talon gets a 1. This is a full route for Bandle City. They take Dragon, they get 4. And Kel is just farming up in top lane. No, sorry, it was 3 for nothing, not 4. Senna did not go over to the fight. Opted to go farm I do think that was a bit overambitious by Demacia to fight this hard, to fight that much over the Drake, when there really wasn't much purpose, and if they had, and perhaps they could have gone mid lane, considering, I mean, you don't really know, like, you probably eventually know Fiora's there, but once they have once they kind of have or have committed like 4 people to going towards bot lane, you probably could just go with your jungler in mid to, and push in mid lane and put pressure there, and say, you know, we're gonna get a ton of tower chip, we're gonna get plates if you go for Drake, which would definitely be pretty worth that would definitely be worth it. So, but Senna's level 6, gonna get the ultimate out. This should result in a death for. This should result in somebody dying here. Tom Kench with the Grey House in the Senna heal stays alive. No level 6 for anybody but the Senna. In the end, I think that Senna ultimate definitely proved good. Oop, Jinx hit ultimate. Wasn't quite far enough away for it to matter. No Maokai ultimate either. Kel is, or Chrono Combo on Kel. Dodging away from Kel's abilities, but not going to be able to do a ton of damage. In fact, the Xin Zhao is here. Wow, that Q just barely missing. But Lilia here, this could be really bad if Lilia hits a E. Lilia's E does not connect, so they will go just to avoid grubs, which should be a grub max here, with Xin Zhao taking a back. Full mana, full health, opting to just take a reset instead of just because of the lane, just because of the state of the game, essentially, in my opinion. With the Seraphine being back with no teleport, or with Seraphine being back, like, I might have called for a teleport potentially, but then again, it's a little bit of a tough proposition when you're sitting a bit far down in overall gold. The Talon here has been pretty big for Vingham this game. I wasn't sure how the Talon would go. It's a very feast or famine champion, and it is definitely been more on the feast side here. Has the Brutalizer and the Tiamat. Does get his item. I'm gonna mouse over this item. The Profane Hydra, which does cleave damage. This item was actually nerfed in the patch. But this is what it does. It does heretical. It does cleave damage, but it just actively has a lot of cleave. Fiora is gonna spell immune. I think it's so funny that Fiora can do that. This is just the Xin Zhao is nearly under tower, but is still just taking so much damage. The Drowsy comes out, but the Seraphine ultimate comes in, so nothing really happens from the Lilia. The Talon not gonna be able to get anything, but the Jinx will. Oh, this was so close to being a couple of kills going back the other way, but instead it is Bandle City routing here, taking a 3,000, ending up about 2,500 gold in the lead, and Fiora has just been all over the place. The teleport coming in bot side, not matched by Kel. Fudge Cow's gonna go here. Oh, that's a bit of a mistake. The Maokai will go down for it. The teleport from Kel. This looks like the Jinx can go down too, potentially. Oh, man. Colonel Combo, in an attempt to save his laner, is going to get out because he's Fiora and has Q. Fiora Gaming, everybody. Oh, back gets canceled. Does get knocked up. Does get knocked up by the Cho'Gath Q. Senna's just going to say, I'll take that. I will take my passive soul from you there. Just kind of messing around. Colonel Combo just trying to back in the same spot. Definitely, maybe could get back canceled again, but I don't think it's going to happen. Fiora is going to choose to just stay here, I guess, then. With the Maokai here. Oh, Wet Flash on the Seraphine. A very interesting proposition. But Kel going under the tower. Kel does get the kill. Gonna go down in return. The Maokai gonna keep the Senna there with tower aggro. It is a 3-4-1. Talon gonna get away from the Xin Zhao. Draken is up. This Lilia and Talon and Jinx are all fed. It is now this is ballooning to a 3k gold lead. Not looking not looking super great early on for Demacia here. But I will say that this team does still scale, but putting Senna back with her scaling is quite important, and they've seemed to have done that. And ramping up your Jinx's scaling is quite good. The Senna doesn't even have her first item. And Jinx has full Kraken Slayer. Did opt for boots first. Did opt to complete boots first. Overall, we can look at the gold and Kel with an actual gold lead, very slight gold lead, but still having a gold lead, in a tough lane. But pretty much every other lane down, every other thing down the line is there, and this has ballooned into a 5,000k gold lead at 14 minutes. Kel has to kind of be the standout in this game, being that he has all the kills. The Maokai ultimate comes in, and he just kind of backpedals into the Fiora. Oh no, the Seraphine ult goes wide, and Kel is going to be left to die. If that Seraphine ult hit anybody, that could have been very big with the low health bars. Wow, just slightly missing the Seraphine ultimate, costing a big opportunity to turn that around. No objectives really there. So maybe perhaps a bit of needless fighting around the Baron pit there. But it turned out well for Bandle City. All right, so we have both bot lanes. Matching each other in mid. We had Seraphine. We had Kel going to the same lane as Seraphine. That's a bit confusing. I don't exactly know why Kel just walked there and decided to essentially kick the Seraphine out of top lane. But it's all but now in this case, the Xin Zhao is the one matching the Talon. When I wonder if Kel would be a better fit to actually match the Talon, because the Seraphine can sit pretty far back and can just sit under tower and let the things come to him. But the Cho'Gath can actively just tank a lot of the damage from the Talon with his full Sunfire completion. But just by taking towers and just getting some slight farming advantages, it's really turned out very well here for Bandle City. Maokai just gonna run at them and ult. Chrono combo is gonna go down. Is this what we needed to see for Demacia? Kel was getting a pop up. He's not gonna be able to kill. His feast is up. The teams are kind of just very much huddled around. The Lilia does have ultimate, but didn't get enough people to pull the trigger on an ultimate with his with her E. Gonna opt for a back here. Dragon in a minute. Looks like we have Baron in about 2 minutes. No Rift Herald. Apparently Rift Herald was taken by Jaboy J Money. Has his completed Ravenous Hydra, and it looks like Seraphine is caught out here. Talon should just be able to get the easy kill. Burns a lot. Uses ultimate. Uses ignite. I don't think that was super necessary to ignite plus ult there. I think Talon probably could have just run him down. Fiora's gonna get the passive, and it looks like we're just gonna get a rundown of Kel here. Oh, gets under tower. Kel survives. Very close. Fiora almost getting the solo bolo. Uh-oh, Jaboy J Money's in here. I don't know if you want to fight the Fiora, but I don't think the Fiora wants to fight him either. He does have Flash, but I don't think there's a reason to really... I don't think there's really a reason to contest any further from the from there. Cho'Gath gonna go for a flank maneuver here onto the Maokai, but Maokai's just gonna use his Twisted Advance to get away. Kel's TP was at a good time, but the Xin Zhao is just kind of sacking the third Drake to push top lane and probably use the Rift Herald. I don't hate it because he's not the team's not in a great position, but the Fiora is actually gonna be here. So let's see if your boy J Money can get the let's go top lane here. He does hit the tower. The Fiora is here. Yeah, I mean, Fiora used ultimate. So if Jaboy J Money can just protect his vitals, which he can't, it could have worked out, but instead the Fiora gets a kill. Even with Fiora getting the solo kill there on the Xin, I think Fiora is probably going to be just best spent in top lane for most of the game here. You're pulling the Cho'Gath away from fighting, who's their most fed member. You're leaving the rest of your team with 2 kills combined to fight your team that has a lot of your kills combined. Oh, Maokai gets taken away. Maokai's going to go down here very likely. Senna, I do not like Senna ulting there. That prevented so much extra damage from coming out. I won't lie. The Senna Tahm Kench lane not 100% working out here. But now Colonel Combo will be able to run Kel down from a pretty much full length of there. He's by himself. Now Kel definitely tried to just use the minions to do some blocking, but it looks like the Fiora is gonna get the solo bolo. That's 2 of them in a row here. Fiora now has gotten a bounty and is on her way down to the tier 2 tower. Lone Wolf is gonna rotate to contest. The only objective up is the Baron, as Drake is 3 minutes away. But overall, I think the draft definitely has worked out pretty well. But it looks like the Talon will get out. Oh no, Jaboy J Money flashing over the thing. The Husky Grusky on the Jinx has really just been able to free fire this game, which is very reminiscent to Game 1, where this Jinx was an absolute menace, and was able to essentially be one of the bigger carries on the team. Colonel Combo just almost going down to Kel, ends up going down to the Senna instead. Just gonna use the Lily ult. Milton Fudge Cow almost going down there, but not gonna quite lose all their health. And there's no long range missiles like a Ezreal ult or a Senna or Senna's ult is actually down. Senna's ult probably would have actually gotten the job done there. Merrick gets caught up, is gonna have to run for his life. No ultimate, but is Lilia with Dark Harvest. Very interesting choice. Very interesting choices by some of the going for the Dark Harvest Lilia when I feel like Phase Rush. When I thought that Lily's more of like a Conqueror phase or like a Phase Rusher. Like, I guess you don't need Phase Rush, but going for Dark Harvest over something like Conqueror is very interesting. It's definitely working out. Merrick's sitting with 10 Dark Harvest stacks in the game. Pretty good. We're seeing some Baron contest here. It is possible. Well, I mean, if Talon can just get in here with his ultimate, he can just rake this entire team. But the Maokai going down, this is a bit of an overextension. But but fortunately for them, Jaboy J Money is definitely just playing sideline protector against this Talon. So Talon couldn't just go in with his ultimate and rake the entire team and go after the Senna or the Seraphine there. But this Jinx is going to be an issue. It's already 6-0-3. Fiora is just split pushing away. It's 4 towers to none, so none of the towers have been broken in the end. They're calling. Looks like they want to go for Baron, and they want to like bait Drake. I get they want to like bait them into Drake and then go for Baron. But there's great vision from the blue side, which means that they will not get baited by that. They might get baited into a fight. At Baron buff, but looks like no. Instead, it looks like 10 seconds left. Xin Zhao all the way having to back now. This is going to be a free soul point for Bandle City. Seraphine's here, but I mean the whole team's just going to get in there. Oh my gosh, it is a massacre. Tom Ken, Senna both dead here. No chance whatsoever. Seraphine's trying to stop Merrick, but Seraphine can't really stop the Lily, but it did buy enough time for Triple J Money to get here. But Milton Fudge Cow is going to try and be a bit of an annoyance. Seraphine ultimate hits 2, but it's not going to kill. It's not going to result in a kill, but Kel's going to go over. Oh, wow. But all of this is happening. They're taking the Drake, they're backing, but the Fiora's just taking the inhibitor. Fiora's going to get mid-inhib. And Tom Kent can't do anything about it. Yeah, he's just going to take it. The Talon's going. They're completely rotating to flank the Fiora, which looks like they'll be able to. But Fiora might just be able to get out completely scot-free. Jaboy J Money's going to go over the wall to, I think we're going to see Talon here. They really, really, really want to go for this Fiora, but I think there's an option here that grants Bandle City the chance to just essentially try and take a fight here with Baron up. It is going to be a full 5v5 here. A Talon is low. There's a back. There are backs going down. They hit Baron somewhere in there, but Senna will heal them all up. Very, very pretty tense, but Fiora is just going to go for the... Fiora's just going to keep putting the side lane pressure, and that's all they need. The second all this team goes there, this Jinx is just going to rotate to Baron with the Talon, with the... Yep, they know it. This is free Baron. They're using Fiora's split push pressure to get free Baron, and essentially Fiora with a Baron buff is going to... maybe be able to do stuff. Alright, does get knocked airborne. Does spell immune everything because Fiora Gaming, everybody. Wow, that is redonkulous. That is ridiculous, man. He just riposted, I think, probably like 2 or 3 different instances of being CC'd. That's a lot. Fiora is a champion in League of Legends. But he's and Colonel Combo is doing a great job on it. Got that sideline pressure, got free Baron. They have to commit all 5 members, and in reality, like it works. It kind of, it looks like it works out, but in the end, it's Baron going that away. Talon gonna go for the side lane. It looks like gonna be matched by Kel on the Cho. Overall, Drake is not up for another 2.5, but at least they prevented the soul. They did prevent the soul here. So next stop from here is to actually get a tower. One thing that is a bit interesting, and what is going to be a real issue for Bandle City, is that there's no one that can match the 2 splitters. I don't think anyone can match Fiora at this point. You kind of have to go 2v1 or even 3v1 into the Fiora with this team comp. Because once this got online, it became much more difficult for once these two became like kind of online, and they have such advantages. The Xin Zhao, okay, ultimate used, is going to take less damage, but is still going to take damage. Is going to go down to the Jinx. Jinx with 9 kills. Jinx with 10 kills. Kel does kill the Jinx. Does take the shutdown. But it doesn't matter. This is the end of the game. It would appear. It looks like Bandle City in 3 is the answer to who will win this match. The Fiora might go. The Fiora might go down here still, but there's just more than enough here to win. The gold lead are I wouldn't say the gold lead is being felt really. Great stopwatch by the Seraphine, but overall goes to Bandle City. Very close week. In totality, 2-1 the score. Okay. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, those Aatroxes are really good. There's a very good meme by Jaboyge there. I don't know if both Kel and Merrick have access to here, but if the captains do want to come in for a quick interview, they can. But again, I'm not sure who has access and who doesn't. It looks like both players do. So if I believe Kel and Merrick want to hop in chat quickly, they can. If not, obviously it's 11:30, so it's quite late. But yeah, open for a quick interview. Hello. Greetings, Mr. Kel.
Hey, what's going on?
Not much. I'm gonna make sure that your audio gets tuned up a little bit to be equal with mine. All right.
Sweet.
So, I mean, first match for you this season. First full team match. There's definitely. I mean, I saw like quite a lot of things that looked promising. I really liked the role swap in game 2 and just kind of pulling out the whole what I called the holy trinity of Amumu, Seraphine, and MF. I really like that adaptation. I guess.
Yeah. So, that's actually the only comp that we practiced together as 5.
Yeah, for sure.
It even had the Aatrox in it. So
Yeah.
like we practiced that actually. But yeah, the whole idea was
Sorry. We were
to run that game 2 and then hopefully repeat it game 3, but we knew the Amumu would be banned.
Yeah.
But
what's been talked about? I haven't had the
just discussing the game 2 comp from Demacia. That was the comp they practiced.
that was the comp that we like workshopped, we practiced, and life's been a little crazy, so we haven't had a ton of time to do that stuff. So
Yeah.
given what we showed in game 2, if we can just get a couple other comps like that, I think we'll be golden.
Absolutely, yeah.
Well, yeah. I think you guys did really well game 2. I kind of suck at Warwick, so I don't really know my damage as well on him as my other champs in jungle. So
I thought the Warwick was a little weird.
Yeah.
The Warwick would have been good if I realized that every single person on your team literally gets rid of my ult, so it was kind of awkward.
Yeah. We were surprised that you guys didn't pick Samira in game 1.
Oh, you were expecting combo and ADC?
I was expecting, with what we picked, absolutely.
Oh yeah, no, he got demoted.
Like I think Samira into our comp game 2 and 1 would have been sick.
So Combo wanted to play ADC because he's played every single role in every single BoozeBash, and ADC was the one role he didn't, but he's just so good top lane, so.
Yeah, that's definitely true. He's very good top.
We'll be flexing around a lot more than other teams.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
and that's one thing that our team's really good at too, is flexing. So it's a lot of fun.
So yes, you are and aren't.
Fair.
Jaboy needs to work on a couple more top laners and maybe some mid laners, and that would make him scary. But like as soon as I saw the Moo pick game 2, I was like, oh, it's your boy Topless ban Garen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. So I did notice that adaptation. I was like, okay, I think we're switching the type of champions we're banning.
Hey,
Um,
he plays a Moo too.
Yeah,
But
I have no doubt that he
if
could play it.
if anybody sees a Moo and you're on the team, you're going jungle.
That's fair.
Almost 9
Or
times
s-
out of
well,
10.
or support.
It's kind of guaranteed.
Yeah, I wasn't quite sure how those lanes were gonna. I wasn't quite sure where things were going in game 2. It obviously worked out to be that specific comp. I was quite surprised to see the Seraph, but I guess like the Seraphine going mid lane was a good choice. I think it was good in both games, honestly.
Seraphine's just such a
the-
strong champ.
The
right now.
Talon, the Talon picks was very surprising. I essentially thought that the Talon pick was gonna essentially make or break game 3 potentially, and it was good and it worked out well.
Oh, Vingham's goaded on Talon. His
Well,
job was
I
mainly
have-
just kill the squishies.
Yeah, I just don't really know. Like, I don't know half of your team's champ pool, so I was just kind of learning as I was seeing it. Like, you could be, yeah, it definitely worked out.
Kel, why you have to ban me out game 2? Why
I
you
mean,
have
it
to
made
do me like
sense.
that?
It made sense.
Yeah, because we knew if we banned you out there, you would be on something you were super uncomfortable with, and we knew that you hadn't picked your champion yet.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I gotta work on a couple more junglers. I could have gone Kane there, but I think it would have made it worse.
I'm not sure.
It really depends.
Yeah.
Because Kane's only realistically good assassin Kane right now, so it really hard to play him.
Oh, that's fair.
Wait, I thought Red Kane's still pretty good.
Red Kane's decent currently, but there's so many better champs that you could build the exact same items on and have a better skill set than Kane, Red. Where Assassin Kane, there's no other jungler like him right now. Like, you got Talon jungle and like a couple other ones, but they're still not as good assassin type compared to him. Like, Red Kane's good, but there's other picks you can.
Yeah, I'm not super convinced that like assassin junglers are kind of the best picks anyways in jungle right now.
Well, Lily is technically an assassin, and she's probably one of the best junglers.
Well,
So it's not-
I mean, she literally just builds scaling health items and everything. Like, I don't know, if she's that much. of an
Diana's really good in
assassin.
the jungle right now.
Yeah,
too.
I mean Diana for sure.
Oh,
Like a lot of like AP jungle picks. Very
everything's
assassin.
really heavy AP.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
AP
guess.
items are just too good right now.
I don't know. We'll have to see the patch with the patch just coming out, how things change. But I appreciate both of you at the time.
There was a line in game 3 where we almost picked me Shyvana.
Yeah, as soon as you have to blame Fudge for that. He really wanted you to be top lane. So if we banned Shyvana.
I will play Shyvana top lane. I don't know what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
I know, but like Shyvana's better in jungle currently.
Yeah.
So we
she's-
knew if we
Yeah,
banned
well,
the Shyvana
Yeah.
in jungle, Shyvana, we'd force you top lane, most likely.
hmm
Yeah, that's fair.
I'll talk to you in a second about I got all the drafts screenshotted, Cal.
It's
Okay.
Do you have the?
Yeah, I would say in the interest of time, let's not go too much longer because it's 11:30
Yeah.
at night. And
Oh, it is 11:30.
yes, it's 11:30 Eastern. So yes, you might be in a different time zone than me, but I have to be up. I have to be up at like 6 tomorrow, so only a little bit more.
All right. Well, then let's get you to bed. Thank you very much for streaming.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, you have a good night.
All right,
Yeah.
thank you everybody in chat. I'm sorry I didn't have anything pulled up because don't really have a great way to do that with game on one monitor. And with not having a good system to mute the chat. But thank you everybody for hanging out. Thank you to both captains for the interview. Thank you to everybody who played. and we will see you all for on Saturday for Shadow Isles versus Ionia. That'll be our next match, 2 p.m. Eastern. Wow, a day game on a weekend. Amazing. I don't actually think that's ever happened in BoozeBash. I'm not gonna lie.
It might not have. Holy shit.
Yeah, usually they're all at
usually
night.
it was at night.
Usually people don't have a day. Usually there's at least somebody who doesn't have day openings and on the weekend. But anyways, that's gonna do it for us. I'm gonna end stream now. So thank you guys.
Later.